In the kingdom of Aurelia, the future glittered from every tower. Crystal engines hummed beneath palaces of light, and the sky itself seemed woven with magic. Yet for all its brilliance, the realm was ruled by an old shadow, fear. Beyond the shining walls, stories spoke of dragons as monsters of fire and ruin. Children were warned about them, soldiers trained against them, and every citizen knew the same lesson by heart. If a dragon ever returned, it must never be trusted. But Princess Lyra had always wondered whether fear was telling the whole story. One night, following a pulse of light that streaked across the sky, Lyra rode into Starfall Forest and found what no one else had ever seen, with mercy in their eyes. A dragon had fallen among the silver roots. His scales flickered with fading energy, and one great wing was torn by the wreckage of an ancient machine hidden in the trees. He was dangerous, he was powerful, and he was suffering. Every warning she had ever heard told her to run. Instead, Lyra stepped closer. When the dragon opened his eyes, there was no hunger in them, only pain and fear that she would be like the others. Lyra sent for only one person, Sir Kalen, the kingdom's most honorable knight. He arrived ready for battle, energy lance in hand, and nearly struck before Lyra ordered him to stop. It was a command that changed all three of their lives. Together, princess and knight worked through the night, sealing torn scales with healing crystals and lifting broken metal from the dragon's wing. The creature never snapped, never roared, never turned on them. At dawn, he finally spoke. His voice was deep as thunder, but gentle. His name was Draven, and he had not come to destroy Aurelia. He had been fleeing something far worse. Draven told them of a swarm of void wraiths, machines from the dark edge of the sky that devoured power, cities, and flame alike. They had driven him from his mountain sanctuary, and were now following the energy signature of Aurelia itself. Lyra understood at once. The kingdom's glowing heart had made it a beacon. Kalen wanted proof, but as if summoned by the warning, the forest canopy dimmed under a moving shadow far above. In that moment, doubt no longer mattered. A princess, a knight, and a dragon made a pact beneath the silver trees. They would stand together, even if the whole kingdom feared what they were becoming. Bringing Draven to Crystal Keep was the hardest battle of all. The instant his shadow crossed the walls, alarms blazed across the city. Guards armed the towers, citizens ran for cover. Fear moved faster than reason ever could. Yet Lyra did not retreat. She stood before the dragon and before her people, not as a frightened heir, but as a future queen. Sir Kalen took his place beside her and removed his helm so all could see his face. If the kingdom trusted anyone, it trusted him. And when he declared that the dragon had spared them, warned them, and come to fight for Aurelia, the crowd's anger began to crack. Not vanish, but crack. Then the sky opened. The void wraiths descended like a storm of black metal and hungry light, tearing through clouds toward Skyshield Gate. The kingdom fought with every weapon it had, but the enemy fed on its defenses. That was when Draven rose. With a roar that shook the battlements, he launched into the storm and unleashed fire bright enough to split the dark. Kalen led the defenders below, holding the line wherever the wall began to break, and Lyra, standing at the heart of the gate, linked the defense crystals into a single radiant shield. For one breathless moment, dragon flame, knightly courage, and royal wisdom moved as one force. Fear had divided Aurelia, but trust made it stronger than anything the void had ever faced. When dawn returned, Aurelia still stood. Its towers were scarred, its walls were marked, but its people had changed. They had seen the dragon fight for them. They had seen their knight trust him. They had seen their princess choose compassion before proof and courage before approval. One by one, fear gave way to something stronger, loyalty. Not loyalty born from blood or power, but from a shared decision to protect one another. In the days that followed, Draven was no longer called a beast of the wild. He was named Guardian of the Skies. And across the kingdom, a new story was told, that sometimes the friend who saves your world is the one you were taught to fear. And sometimes, when darkness comes, the most unlikely bond becomes the brightest light of all.